Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video on the channel. I hope you're all doing good. It's very bright outside still when I'm recording this, as you can see. But the patch notes are now live. As you can see, I'm kind of scrolled halfway down them now as I was scrolling through it. But yeah, the update has just came out today. It's not a huge, crazy update by any means, but it is bringing in a bunch of bug fixes. Who knows, there might be some hidden things in there. I have not read through yet. As you can see, I'm actually looking at this on Steam rather than the actual Bethesda website because it came up on there early. So I don't know, maybe it'll end up going in very soon, who knows. But yeah, let's dive in, let's find out what's going on. As you can see, there is the different sizes of the update, which you can see there. It's actually the 76th patch, which is quite cool according to the stats there, so pretty cool. Anyways, as you can see there, PC is 2 gig, PC on Microsoft Store is 6.9, PlayStation 7, Xbox 6.9 gigs. So let's have a look what's happening. So mod description changes is coming in with this. We've seen this briefly in the last PDS where basically, as you can see, the actual descriptions have kind of got a bit more detail on them now. So here it says this one's aristocrat, so damage increases as caps increase. Instead of just saying that, now it says damage increases every 1,000 caps you have up to 50%. So it max out at 50%, and that's the max amount of damage that you can get from having X amount of caps. The only thing it doesn't say is the actual amount of caps that you need and what it actually caps at. That would be quite helpful. But anyways, lower damage resistance increases damage dealt. It now says lower damage resistance increases damage up to 50%. So it's cool to see in kind of words what the kind of limitations are of each and every legendary you know what I mean, bloody attribute, whatever, mod we'll call it. But as you can see, damage increases, health decreases, that one's bloodied right there, and that goes up to 95%. So you can look through this and you can see which one has the most kind of buff to your weapons and stuff. Obviously it is the bloodied one, as you can see, 95% there, and there is some with 50%, which is pretty decent as well. So lots of different ones. It's literally happened to all of them. Bullets explode is another cool one. Bullets explode for 20% of your weapon damage. Bullets explode for area damage. Bullets explode for 3% damage. That's on shotguns. So different for shotguns. However, you've got to think for shotguns, you've got multiple pellets coming out. So that'll be 3% per pellet, I would imagine. So pretty cool stuff to actually see that. It's actually happened as well with the legendary mods, with some of them. It's got 4, so AP refresh plus 5% AP refresh per piece. You've also got damage resistance increase at night plus 40 damage resistance increase at night. So I'm presuming that's per piece as well, which could stack up to a pretty decent amount. So who knows, maybe Nocturnal is going to be a pretty solid piece. I mean, it's how it's always been, so it's nothing new, but I didn't know it was plus 40, so pretty interesting there. Also a few different ones there and stuff that you can see, but nothing too exciting, nothing too crazy. It is stuff that's always been there, but of course, like I say, it's just a bit more descriptive now. So there's been a quality of life additions. Crafting, we've added a number input. That's pretty cool. So they've actually thrown that into this update as well, which is really awesome. So basically, I was going to do a video on this in the last PDS, but now I actually did. So you can actually go onto crafting now and type in the amount that you want to craft. Remember how, or normally it's just like a bar that you drag along, or if you've got a controller, you use the analog sticks or the triggers. Now you can actually type in and put an input in to how much you actually want to craft, which is really cool. You've got new rewards coming into daily ops, which is really cool. I didn't know this was a thing. So you can now obtain the alien backpack skin and the intergalactic handmade rifle skin from daily ops. So fantastic. The intergalactic one was meant to come in with the last update, but it kind of just disappeared and no one knew why. Hopefully they've added some kind of different looks to it, because before it was said it was intergalactic and it didn't look intergalactic. So we'll have to wait and see what's happened with that. Alien backpack skin sounds really cool. I'm interested to see what that actually is, because I don't know what it is yet. So weird. I would have thought I would, but I don't. Anyways, bug fixes now. This is the big one. So bug fixes and improvements. For art, we've got the atomic camo. The atomic camo pin can now be applied to all pieces of the forest and urban pieces, not just the mask. That's pretty cool. Additionally, scout masks have the atomic camo paint applied, now have the correct texture when seen in the workbench menu. Circus trailer, when destroyed, the circus trailer now displays the correct destruction model. Cowspots Creamery, various adjustments to AI pathing for allies around the Cowspots Creamery prefab. Backpack flares no longer clip into the heirloom basket backpack. The giant dinosaur, items placed under the giant dinosaur can now be moved individually from the dinosaur. Fantastic. Hats, the cappy hat no longer removes the part of the hairstyle on male characters. Log cabin porch set adjusted the budget cost to align with the cost of similar camp items. The Fashnatler mask can now be displayed in the Fashnat display. That's very nice. I remember a lot of people complaining about that during Fashnat because they're like, why have they added a new mask if you can't put it in the display? It doesn't really make sense. The Nuka-Cola billboard adjusted the build preview for the Nuka-Cola thermometer billboard to face the player. Added the ability to turn the radiation dummy on and off. That's pretty cool. Slocum's Jaw fixed an issue causing no textures. I did actually show this in a video. Basically, you could place one of the pieces of the Slocum's Jaw bar bundle set and it would just be black. There would be no textures. It would just be like a shadow type of thing. It'd be really strange. But that's been fixed. That's pretty cool. Wild Mountain Rifle Range, various fixes to hanging decor placed inside of it. And then we've got some challenges. Bloody hell, there's quite a few challenges here. So we've got enemies with a prefix in their name now count toward daily challenges. We've also got all Rad Scorpion items now count towards the Consume Rad Scorpion Meat Daily Challenge. I haven't actually had that one yet. Perfect Mothman Egg now counts towards the Collect Mothman Eggs. Addressed an issue where having an equipped throwable weapon that caused fire damage advances the daily... Hang on. Where having an equipped throwable weapon that causes fire damage advances the daily... Alright, so you could actually do damage with a normal gun while holding, say, a Molotov? I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing, but I suppose it's good that they fixed it. Address an issue where the grenade kills counted towards the challenge kill robots with an energy weapon. Missile launchers now count towards the cell ballistic weapons. Address an issue where all cryptids counted towards the take a camera picture of a legendary cryptid, regardless of being a legendary or not. Cranberry jam now counts towards the epic challenge. Eat cooked meals that use cranberries. Possum, dirty fedoras, and crumpled fedoras now count towards the possum challenge. Reroll updated the UI for challenge rerolls to make it easier to see the number of rerollers the player has. So I think that was actually shown in the PTS as well. It was quite a nice change. I was meant to cover it in a video, but I ran out of time. The PTS went down, but they have changed the kind of the UI as they call it. I don't know what to call it, but yeah, as you go on, it'll actually tell you how many rerolls you have, so that's pretty cool. Updated the reroll challenges to include new and changed challenges. Cooking sugar now counts towards the tadpole challenge to cook while wearing a chef's hat. Address an issue where grenade kills count towards the kill creatures with hammers. I haven't played the last week. I completed the scoreboard and I didn't know that was a weekly kill with hammers. I like that. That's pretty cool. Address an issue where grenade kills count towards the challenge kill cultists with a bladed weapon. And then we've got some design fixes as well. Build menu fixed an issue allowing players who have not learned the prison door to build it in their camp. Added a number input option for crafting sliders. That's also a thing. So it's been added in crafting and all sorts of other different bits and bobs. Anything basically where you could buy from vendors, you could craft things, all has a number input now, which is fantastic. Where were we? Fixed an issue causing scorched melee animations to break when staggered. Aqua Boy no longer removes the rad immunity from drinking toxic goo. Fixed an issue causing the power user perk to not reflect ammo count accurately and force the user to reload early. So power user was one that a lot of people actually asked about. So I'm quite happy that that's been fixed, although I never experienced it myself. I don't use that perk, but it's good that it's been fixed because there was people asking about it. The Bloodsucker perk now properly applies its bonus to glowing blood packs. Fixed an issue that allowed players to purchase more rank ups than intended. Didn't know that was a glitch, but there you go. Fixed an issue where the infinite ammo custom world setting did not grant infinite ammo. Then we've got some event changes, mutated events, melee attacks on resilient mutated enemies which have triggered the resilient threshold and now always fatal, regardless of any resistances or damage dealt. So there has been a few times where I've done like daily ops or mutated events for that reason, where you probably experienced it yourself, where you're actually like you're shooting the enemy, it gets down to like a smidge of health, then you hit it with your gun and it still doesn't die. So I never understood why they don't die, but I'm guessing now, according to that patch note, it should always die. There should never be an issue with it. It should always happen. I never turned the light on, but never mind. Mutated packages. That's a little bit better. Players can now correctly earn known recipes from mutated packages and party packs when they know all of them. Wow. Gameplay. Fixed an issue during an ounce of prevention where multiple instances of the same quest item can appear. Fixed an issue where players could become stuck in a shelter entrance upon relogging in. And then we've got some... Bloody hell, there's so many fixes. I was expecting this to not be many, but there you go. Right, up to inventory. So we've got ammo, spent fusion cores, and ultrasight fusion cores no longer remain in the player's inventory after draining the fusion ammo in either the laser or ultrasight Gatling guns. Ammo box fixed an issue where the selection would jump to the top of the list. Thank God, that was really annoying, so that's gone. It wasn't like a massive issue, but it was annoying when you were like trying to put stuff in and the like your kind of focus cursor area would just go bump straight to the top rather than continuing where you were, which was quite annoying. We've got Rad Ant Lager now has an accurate description of its effects. Carrot soup now weighs half a pound, which is consistent with other soups. Adjustments to weight of bulk aluminium, lead, silver, cork and screws to be more consistent. The description for Med-X now displays its accurate effects, 25 plus damage resistance. Address an issue where berry mentats would not highlight living creatures. Beautiful. That's been broken since literally the start of last season, so I don't know what went wrong with it, but now it's been fixed. So there's one of the main ones for this update, thankfully. I know it's such a pathetic thing, but it is such a good fix, so happy days. Fix a text bug where the mutated party pack said it is granted with free Fallout First members instead of free or more. Removed weight on notes that are inconsistent with other notes throughout the game. Fast snap residue analysis can now be removed from the stash box. Localization, these are all normally a load of rubbish like that. Numerous localization fixes, it's a load of rubbish. In Russian though, 3-star legendary range weapons sold by the Pavia Murmur no longer show debug text in Russian. There you go. Fantastic. Power armor headlamps. The Union Power Armor headlamp mods are now buildable. Recipes can be acquired through Expedition Rewards or Giuseppe's vendor. So that was another fix that came in with the last PTS. So you can actually go to Giuseppe and go buy some headlamp mods for your Union Power Armor. The Armor Ace jetpack skin no longer appears as the Union jetpack skin, and all jetpack skins can now be applied to any power armor that uses jetpacks. There you go. Jetpack mods, jetpack power armor modifications no longer cause visual issues when inspecting a power armor torso. Fast travel addressed a crash when attempting to fast travel quickly after fast traveling to another player. I got really excited inside there, thinking that the fast travel bug had been fixed after all this time. It hasn't, guys. Don't get too excited. Anyways, going on to the next one, we've got weapons attack speed. The chainsaw and the auto axe now have the same attack speed in first and third person view. Auto axe can now roll 2-star faster swing speed legendary mod again. This can happen with both 2 and 3-star crafting rolls. So that's a pretty interesting one. They've actually fixed a kind of legacy and put it back in the game. Who would know that Bethesda would fix a legacy and put it back in the game? Because technically that is a legacy, or was a legacy until now, because it was a legendary mod which you could no longer get. So if you had one of them, technically it was a legacy. Now they fixed it and added it back in, which is really cool. Energy weapons with a high base damage, such as plasma cassette or Tesla weapons, now lose less durability per shot. Other energy weapons with low base damage will lose slightly less durability. You know for a fact they're going to have broke that, haven't they? I bet they've broke that. And now low durability energy weapons is going to break really fast. The plasma gun has also reduced condition damage. Nice. Missile launcher. The targeting computer mod for the missile launcher no longer targets friendly and neutral NPCs. Weapons with poison mods now correctly deal base damage to robots again. The pipe wrench now works with the legendary perks hack and slash and collateral damage. Shotguns can no longer be shot underwater. And then we've got some user interface thing, damage types, blah 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 blah. So nothing too exciting there. Overall, like I said at the start, it isn't expected to be such a big update, so there wasn't anything crazy coming in. It was just bug fixes. There's no word of new Atomic Shop items getting added in or anything like that, but there you go. Hopefully there's some of them bugs and fixes stood out to you. I'll probably do another video just to kind of build up and show off some of the fixes, so stay tuned for that. But for now, that's all the patch notes, just to save you reading them and hearing my lovely voice read through them. Who wouldn't want to hear it? Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.